about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging or painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Hi everyone, my name is Parth and welcome to the Karma Yogi Podcast, where we discuss how to attract extraordinary success and become a better version of ourselves every day. We are going through a series called Tools to Thrive, where I'm discussing ideas and insights rooted in personal development, philosophy, and ancient wisdom to help you navigate and cope with the unique stresses of today as we deal with the threat of COVID-19. In every episode, I pick a unique theme and read a few meditations from my book, Thriving in the New Normal, that I wrote last year to inspire deeper reflection and application in these challenging times. For the fourth episode in this series, I'll read a few meditations on the subject of problem solving. So, let's get started. Acknowledge the change and prepare for it. Change is constant and inevitable. When it is expected, we are more equipped to deal with it and work towards making the transition easy. On the other hand, when it's not, all hell can break loose and we might find it difficult to cope with it. There's no question that in times of change, our perception plays an important role and hugely influences our response. How do we label this shift? An obstacle or an opportunity? Does it help us and inspire us to expand our horizons, or it pushes us in the dark abyss of uncertainty? No matter how we feel, we must train ourselves to live with any change, invited or uninvited, that comes our way. First and foremost, we must accept that the change that we are all going through is the new normal. We can't live in denial. Instead of running away from change, the most beneficial course of action is to acknowledge its presence and all its effects on our way of life. In a new and compelling TED Talk, Coronavirus is Our Future, global health expert Alana Sheikh shares insights on the ongoing pandemic in a simple and straightforward manner. She makes clear that this collective human experience that we are all going through is the new normal. She explains that while we as a species cannot run away from the negative consequences and the multifaceted impact of this catastrophe, we can accept our vulnerability to it and appreciate its influence on our global ecosystem. Essentially, whenever we encounter any kind of change, acceptance, not denial, is the first logical step in confronting it. Because only then we empower ourselves to come up with a potent plan and initiate the way forward. Once we acknowledge the change, both in the external and our inner world, our next step is to prepare for it in the best way possible. Taking action in accordance with the change will ensure that things go more smoothly for us, and the sooner we act, the better. Preparation will help us visualize ourselves in the new world. It will entail asking ourselves some key questions. Where are we right now and where we intend to be? What new strategy do we need to adopt? What resources will we need? What things we must let go of? What sacrifices will we need to make? And what losses will we have to deal with? How much time will be required? How will we achieve our desired outcome? Getting clear on our strategy and the moves we will make will help us overcome any setbacks and roadblocks that come on our way. With better preparation, we will be self-assured and execute without any hesitation, and thus position ourselves for success. Lastly, as we navigate the new normal, there will be days when we feel overwhelmed, lost, and frustrated. But during those dark times, We have to give ourselves the grace to move forward even when we are not feeling or performing at our best. If you find asking others or yourself if everything is going to be okay, Seth Godin recently wrote a wonderful response to that question in his blog. Quote, "That depends. If you mean, is everything going to be the way it was and the way I expected it to be, then the answer is no. The answer to that question is always no. It always has been. If you mean, is everything going to be the way it is going to be, then the answer is yes. Of course, if we define whatever happens as okay, then everything will be. Given that everything is going to be the way it's going to be, we are left with an actually useful and productive question instead. What are you going to do about it?" End quote. Change is a process, and it's okay to feel down and have bad days. But we must get ourselves back in the ring and fight a good fight. We must keep moving forward and tap into the opportunities that lie in front of us no matter what. It's okay to ask for help. Right from the time we grow up until we are young adults, we have no apprehension about asking for help. In fact, without help from our parents and loved ones, it would have been immensely difficult for us to survive and become who we are today. But once we reach a certain point of time in adulthood, which can be different for everyone, a switch happens within us and we hesitate to ask for help. No matter where you have grown up or what culture you are a part of, we humans pride ourselves on strength, independence, and self-reliance. It fuels both our ego and our confidence. But the truth is that we are all going to experience valleys of darkness and encounter demons both within and without. We'll all come across phases when we will struggle and find it difficult to overcome the resistance that stops us from moving ahead. We're all going to have moments when it won't be possible to stand by ourselves and do things alone. And in those moments, it'll be wise to let go of our quote-unquote Lone Ranger mindset and know that it's okay to lean on others. We can allow ourselves to be weak and reach out for assistance and love from the people around us. It's okay to step outside of our protective shell, be vulnerable, and ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It's okay to need people and ask for their help and guidance. It's okay to not be able to fight through challenges and through the chaos of the world alone. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, quote, "Don't be ashamed of needing help. You have a duty to fulfill, just like a soldier on the wall of battle. So what if you're injured and can't climb up without another soldier's help?" When obstacles come your way. We have all heard of German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche's famous quote, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." On the surface level, it sounds like a nice and honorable notion, but if we go deeper, does it really stand true? When we face hardships, do we really do better in life? Is suffering setbacks crucial for our growth? There are many successful people out there who have been blessed with good fortune and seem to be doing pretty well. Is it truly worth it to experience difficulties, disappointments, and disadvantages continually in our life? Sure, we can look at the hardships that we face in our lives in a negative light and be critical about them, or instead, we can choose to see them as essential components of life and success and train ourselves to appreciate them. We can think of the challenges that come our way as opportunities to shine and prove our mettle, to grow as a person, to learn how to cultivate endurance, patience, and grit, and to be more creative and resourceful. Our failures, our setbacks, and the times when we were treated with unfairness and disrespect, all of them can act as fuel in our pursuits. Marcus Aurelius wrote, quote, "Our inward power, when it obeys nature, reacts to events by accommodating itself to what it faces, to what is possible. It needs no specific material. It pursues its own aims as circumstances allow. It turns obstacles into fuel. As a fire overwhelms what would have quenched a lamp. What's thrown on top of the conflagration is absorbed, consumed by it, and makes it burn still higher. End quote. Like him, we can also condition ourselves to look at the impediment to action being an advancement to action. The obstacle in the path can become the path. It's not accepting the hardship that comes in our way reluctantly, but about willingly acknowledging it and wholeheartedly working with it and trying to find a silver lining in it. It's a matter of choosing the positive in the negative, of converting the obstacle in front of us into an opportunity, and to turn our setbacks into fuel to propel us ahead. No matter what happens to us, good or bad, we can learn to make the most out of it. We can train ourselves to keep persisting and persevering as we face setbacks and failures, so that over time we get equipped with the knowledge, wisdom, strength and inner power that helps us achieve monumental and long-lasting successes. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Do check out my book, Thriving in the New Normal, an 8-week program to safeguard your holistic health and help you grow through adversity, on your favorite digital bookstore. I'm confident it'll be a great resource for you in these challenging and uncertain times. If you would like to ask me a question or have any comments or suggestions, write an email or send a voice memo to podcast@parthsahani.com. And if you want even more resources to create an extraordinary life and become a better version of yourself every day, plus some personal insights and updates along with monthly book recommendations from me that I only share in email, come visit my website at thekarmayogi.blog and make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter. Also, when you sign up, you'll get my beautiful e-guide, Becoming a Karma Yogi, a quick and essential guide to revolutionize your life for free. Of course, you won't receive any spam and you can unsubscribe anytime. Focus on your actions and let go of the outcomes, because success is a journey, not a destination, and we need to keep working towards it every single day. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.